Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick aside without a sense of feeling. And this is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not like you to say sorry. I was waiting on a different story. This time I'm mistaken for handing you a heart worth breaking. And I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle. These five words in my head scream, oh, we haven't fun yet. Yeah, 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 no, no. Yeah, 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 no, no. It's not like you didn't know that I said I love you and I swear I still do. And it must have been so bad, 'cause living with me must have damn near killed you. And this is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not like you to say sorry. I was waiting on a different story. This time I'm mistaken for handing you a heart worth breaking. And I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle. These five words in my head scream, oh, we haven't fun yet. Yeah, 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 no, no. 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 Never made it as a wise man.
Hi guys, good morning, all of you. Hope I'm audible. Just give me a check, guys. Audio and video, everything fine?
Yes.
Cool. So, give me 1 second. Yeah. Cool. So, all of you excited? Guys, could you please all of you turn on your cameras? I just want to see like 441 people are here. All of you, please turn on your cameras. Quick, 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 guys. Everyone, please turn on your cameras. What a morning this is. Could you all please see, look at the board behind me, right? All the plannings, everything was there, and we are working on it since last 48 hours, and finally we are here to launch this hackathon X to 10X for all of you. And I'm super excited. Hopefully, you guys are also similarly excited for this one. All of you, give me show some excitement in the chat, guys. Show some excitement in the chat. Everyone, show some excitement in the chat. Cool. Super excited. Super. Okay. So from now onwards, it will be for 48 hours, isn't it? So it's a 2 days, continuous coding and all the fun activities we have packed all together for you guys. And we'll be loading all those fun activities. We'll be, bringing all those exciting faces to all of you, and everything will be there lined up for you. Just you have to follow the paths, and whatever the guidance will be there, everything you just need to follow. And this is your host Nisut Suman. So shall we start away? I would like to invite uh, our curriculum head, our curriculum senior curriculum engineer, Abdul. I hope all of you know him. So, Abdul, welcome you to
Yeah.
the session.
Hey everyone, very good morning. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible,
Cool.
Abdul.
All right, cool. All right, let's start. Pretty excited, huh? Cool. Let me quickly share my screen. Hope my screen is visible. Well, I want to welcome each and every one of you to X to 10X Hackathon, a 48 hours virtual hackathon exclusively for Masai students. Whether you're from software development, testing, or analytics, this is your opportunity to collaborate, to innovate, and elevate your skills to the next level. Hence the name X to 10X. How many of you understood the meaning of this X to 10X? What does that represent? What does it mean? Can somebody please put it in the chat box? Beginner to expert, huge transformation, multiple skill level, 10 times faster, taking our skills from X to 10X. Yes, that's the idea behind this event. That hackathon, if you know, basically represents that same thing. In a short period of time, which is 48 hours here, uh, how can you grow 10 times basically? That's the idea. So you grind, you hustle in this 48 hours, and don't worry, we'll have some amazing activities in this 48 hours span, and you build something amazing basically. That's the whole idea of this hackathon. Okay, let's see what's in store for us. Okay, 48 hours of persistent coding, like we discussed. There are a total of 3 different tracks, which is analytics, testing, and software development. Total of 489 participants, 141 teams, and at the end, 5 projects from each track will be nominated, and there will be obviously one winner. Right? Now, what do we have for winner? I mean, we have a prize pool of 65,000 basically, you know, and the winner from each team, every person in that winning team will get a monitor, and there will be some exciting goodies for runner-ups as well. Excited? Okay, I want to see some answers, guys. Not just one monitor, every single person in that winning team will get a monitor. And I'm talking about 3 different tracks here. Software development, there'll be one team. Analytics, there'll be one team who will be the winner. And testing, there will be one team who will be a winner. Okay. And yeah, for runner-ups as well, we have things planned. And not just this, I mean, we will have some amazing activities in this 48 hours. And yes, there will also be winners there. Whoever wins those activities will get some exciting prizes. Okay. All right. Now let's try to understand how, and how you're gonna submit, how does it go, and all those details. Okay. So essentially, I want every single person to bookmark this website, x210x.masaischool.com. This is where you'll find a lot of information. Okay, x210x.masaischool.com. Can everyone do that? Bookmark this for the next 48 hours. I want every single person to bookmark this for the next 48 hours. Cool. Now, how does it work? Okay, let's talk about that part. So there will be problem statements that we will roll out separately for software development, for data analytics, for software testing. And if you see the website, currently, if you click, you'll not get anything. That's intentional. We will roll out at 12:30 p.m. exactly. Okay. Then when you click that particular button, you'll see your problem statements. You'll see your different projects there that you can select basically. Okay. Now, once you go through the particular problem statement, you will have to opt in one project. So there'll be one project for analytics, two projects for software testing, and there are going to be 5 different projects for software development. And that's intentional. You will have to, people from software development and testing will have to select a project. Okay. Once they do that, basically there is this form. Again, log into this form. I'll do that right in front of you. So it opens up this form. Here, there are a few things that are very important. Okay. Now, first is record your email. Yes, that's for sure. Key code. Now, what is this key code? Let's try to understand this part. First of all, this is very important. If you scroll down a little bit here, you see something called view dashboard. And when you click on it, just wait for a second. So there is a, like, you can just select your student code here. Okay. Let me select one. Okay. I've just selected some random code. And you can see the key code over here. So that's your team's key code. It's very important. This is how you would know your team basically. Okay. You can just check this out. Now, coming back to the topic here. Okay. In the Google form, here you'll have to enter that key code. This is again has been shared with you on the email as well. Now, how many captains does a team have at any point of time? Can there be 2 captains in a team? Not talking about vice captain or anything, just one captain, correct? So it's very important that your team also has one captain or one leader who will lead this project. Okay, one person who takes up the responsibility. You'll have to decide amongst yourself who will be that one person who represents your team, that team captain. Okay, now the team captain's contact number we would need over here. Now the problem statement has an identifier. Okay, so for software development, if you are selecting project number 1, so you'll click on this or this or this or this, or if you are from software testing, you'll be selecting either of this. If you're from analytics, you'll be selecting the last one. Now, here, you'll have to create a GitHub repository and you'll have to ensure that repository is public. Okay, the GitHub repository should be public. Now, here, how do you create that repository? As in, you know how to create a GitHub repository. What I'm talking about, the naming convention. So create the GitHub repository by naming your project with this key code. Okay, case sensitive. Your project name should be same as key code. Okay. Now, once you do that, once you publish your repository, save, give us the link here. Now, 12:30, from 12:30 till 2 p.m. today, you'll have to create an empty repository one for each team, just one. If there are 4 people in your team, you're not creating 4 different repositories. You'll be working on one repository. You'll be collaborating. That's the whole point of it, right? So that one repository of your team should be submitted here. Only team captain will be doing this. Once you elect your captain, that person will be filling this form. Not everyone in your team, just one person again. And that user ID of that particular owner, the GitHub repo owner. And ideally, this should be the team captain's repository. Okay. Now, you will be selecting your track here, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Now, let's come back to the website once again. Once you fill this in, okay, once you, from 12:30, when this will be rolled out, okay, when the problem statements will be rolled out, you'll go through the problem statement, you'll select a problem statement, and you'll brainstorm on the problem statement with your team, and then you submit this to us. Then your hackathon will start. In this span of 12:30 to 2 p.m., the Zoom link that you are currently in will have 3 breakout rooms, one for software analytics, one for software development. Sorry, I said software analytics, my bad. One for analytics, one for software testing, and one for development, right? So you can go to that particular breakout room if you have some queries. Not talking about queries with respect to problem statement, because ideally I would want you to go through the problem statement, understand, brainstorm, and then select. It's things like, my teammate is sick and is not available. What should I do, etc., etc. So those you can still discuss. I don't think the problems are any ambiguous or anything. It's intentionally open-ended. And yes, sky's the limit. Think about it and explore it and, brainstorm it. But we would still be available in these breakout rooms to help you out. I hope I'm very clear about the process here, how we're going to do this. Okay, the problem statements will be available here from 12:30 to till 2 p.m. This form will be open and you will have to fill this form. Okay. How do you coordinate with your team members? Well, again, the Zoom link that you are currently in will be active, and the link to that is available over here. And apart from that, this is how we will be communicating, basically Masai team and the participants of this hackathon. Somebody please turn off your mic. Yep. Sorry for that. Slack is your mode of communication with your teammates. Create channels of your own team, brainstorm, do whatever you have to do within that channel, within that Slack. This is the Slack link basically to your workspace. If you haven't joined it yet, please join the Slack workplace immediately. Okay, X to 10X, join this thing. We are also streaming live on YouTube. You can click on this and you can also stream live on YouTube as well. Okay. Now, here's how the schedule looks like. Okay. Let's talk about that. Okay. Now, what all things are going to be there apart from hackathon in this span of next 2 days? Well, there will be music and dance performance. There'll be some fun contests and activities. And yes, you will be rewarded for that, for the participation as well. And you will be connecting with a lot of us, some of our team members. Now, you'll be connecting with Aman, with me, with your track leads in the span. And there will be some guest appearances as well. So you have some virtual tours of our office. We'll show you a few things like how drives work, how do you get plays once you're done with it, all the processes. We'll have some amazing time going forward. Okay. Now, today, how the schedule goes, let's talk about that. Okay. So after this at 12 p.m., like in the next 7 minutes, so you will have a welcome note, The Spirit of Hackathon by Amit Saharan. Amit Saharan is Director of Technology at Masai. He's a IIT Kanpur alumni, and he's basically mountain of knowledge. So he'll give you on some amazing insights, his experiences with Hackathon, things that could help, some tips and tricks, everything in the next 30 minutes. Okay. Then the problem statement will be rolled out to you at 12:30. Okay. You can select the problem statement, brainstorm with your team, connect with your team members, connect with us if you have any queries at that point of time. And finally at 2:30, till we'll keep the form open till 2. Hard deadline should be 2. Maybe we'll give a 30 minutes if you want. Okay. So that, that lunch is also accommodated. But yeah, at 6 p.m. today, we'll have the first activity. Okay. There will be exciting prizes for people who win this as well. Apart from your hackathon prizes, this has its own prize as well. Okay. Then tomorrow, basically, we'll start at 12 a.m. And yes, you're not like this is 12 a.m. only, not p.m. Okay. So you will be working, day and night for this. That's how hackathons work. Okay. So you'll have one interesting event. We have one event planned at 12 a.m. today. And tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., there'll be some fun activity. 3 a.m. go today. You will, I would say, don't miss it out. You'll have some fun, with Aman at that point of time. Tomorrow, 2 p.m., we'll have a virtual tour of our office. We'll see a few interesting things here, basically. Now, on Sunday, basically at 12 a.m., again, it's not p.m., 12 a.m., you'll connect with some of our team members. Okay. You'll have some casual chats with us. We'll discuss few things. We'll discuss few insights there. And yes, at 11 a.m., basically, you will submit your projects, basically. Okay. You'll have time till 12 p.m. to submit your project, and we'll put a hard stop there. Okay. At 12 p.m., we will close the hackathon by closing notes from Yogesh. Yogesh is our co-founder, Masai, and he has few things that some insights that he would share. Okay. So that's how the plan is. That's how the next next 2 days is gonna go, basically. But before I end, I have few more things that I want to address. Okay, before we move ahead. Okay, some questions that can come up, and I want to answer that. And I can already see someone raising the hand. Probably your question might get answered here also. Then we will see. If not answered, we anyway have 1.5 hours dedicated to answering queries. Now, how are teams decided? Well, you will see some participants at different stages of the learning journey. Basically, I'll give an example. In software development, you'll see there might be some students in the initial part of their journey. There might be someone who has completed the front end. There might be someone who has completed back end as well, or just back end. And that is intentional. Okay. It is required. The idea is to foster collaboration where everyone can learn from each other and contribute basis their skills and experience. Okay. That's how it works in organizations as well when you move. Now, how should you divide the work? I mean, when you have a team as a leader, how do I divide the team work between my teammates? Well, as a start, you will do by identifying each member's strength, right? Example, I'll take again for software development. Let's say there's someone who's really good at front end, right? So you'll basically let that person handle the front end part. There can be someone who's focused on back end. So you give that person back end tasks. Again, there can be someone who's a little junior to you. That can also happen. Yes. Now the idea is that you basically that it's the responsibility of that team leader to ensure that person is getting guidance, and you give the certain work and guide that person in that journey. Okay. That's how responsibilities are covered, and everyone should have a chance to contribute as well. Okay. That's your responsibility as a captain, as a leader, to ensure. What is the judging criteria of this particular hackathon? Well, there are a few things that we will definitely check while judging your project's relevance, right? There's a problem statement that is given you. How relevant is your solution to the problem that you're solving? How impactful is it? Okay, then we will check the quality of your work. For example, if again, I'm just taking one example of software development, it applies for testing the quality of your work. it applies to analytics, the quality of your work. Let's say for a tester, I would be checking, how beautifully, how visually appealing your application is. Maybe I'll just check for, how well prepared your visualizations are for analytics. Maybe I'll check, how attention to detail your testing things are when I'm judging a tester, basically. How original, how creative is your solution, that matters. How much of AI you've integrated, right? So it's essential that you also talk about the AI integrations that you have done in your presentation, because that matters as well. Let's say you have not created designs, basically, rather you've used AI tools to power the designs and all. Do mention it. I mean, that also matters. Okay. Another thing can be, can I opt out of this hackathon? Well, no, participation is mandatory. And this participation in hackathon also carries weightage to your next unit movement. Another question can be, can I change my team member? Can I move to another team? No, we have already finalized the team and you'll need to work with the members assigned. Okay. If you face any serious issues, okay, your team member is not participating or responding after multiple follow-ups, let us know. We will look into it. Okay. That's why we are here. How do I select my project? That this we have already discussed, I guess. Yep. All right. All the very, very best. Stay connected. And I hope that you'll enjoy this. I mean, I have myself participated in hackathon last year, and it was amazing experience. We didn't win, but we were runner-ups there. But it was an amazing experience. There was this quote from some movie that I forgot. I don't exactly remember the quote, but it's about winning. But one of the greatest moment of anyone's life is that moment, when you worked really, really hard and then you lie exhausted because you have done something significant. That also matters a lot. I mean, not just like winning is important, but that efforts that you put in, because not everybody can win, but it will be worth it. I mean, those efforts, that hustle that you're going to do for the next 2 days will matter a lot in your journey going forward. Where with that, I'll hand it over to Nishut. Thank you so much, everyone, and all the very, very best. Over to you, Nishut.
Yeah. Okay. So Abdul, you can stop sharing. Cool. So guys, hopefully you got the broader idea, right? All of you, isn't it? Please come to the chat box, everyone. So, are you all excited to disturb your sleeping pattern? Your sleep pattern is gonna disturb for next 48 hours, right? So sleep pattern gonna disturb for next 48 hours. And so for me also, because I'll be with you entirely throughout this 48 hours here as your host. And let's have, fun moments, and everything will build beautiful and amazing projects along with all the fun activities we'll be doing. Cool. So with that, let me quickly announce a contest. Okay, there is a contest alert, guys. So let me quickly announce a contest. Cool. So before we move on to the next segment, I want all of you to know this one. We are just, we have a contest of 1 second, guys. Okay. So this is Insta Wizard. Okay. So there are a lot of creators here. What I feel, so what you all need to do is throughout this 48 hours, just take short clips whenever you get your time. Just don't forget to take, small clips of whatever activities you are doing or we are doing, all the engagements, and merge it into a reel at the end, and you can post it on Insta, right? Don't forget to use these hashtags. Masai, hashtag hackathons, hashtag X to 10. Okay. And also send a request to us to collab with Masai on Instagram. So that whoever will be there, amazing rewards are waiting for you for top two, post. Okay. For the top two reels, we'll be giving you the rewards. So now, without not wasting the time, shall we move ahead? Shall we move ahead? Let me stop sharing. So, as the timer is already started, let's do one thing. Guys, could you just inviting that person? I just want to, uh, want all of you to be excited. Are you all using all these platforms of Masai, right? All this experience, LMS, assess, and everything, right? All of you are using. So there is a mind behind it. There is not a person working behind it. There is a mind behind it working uh, to build, to manage, to look after all these products. And he's none other than the tech lead of Masai. Let's with all the excitements. Let's invite Mr. Amit Saran for the launch of this hackathon. Amit, over to you.
Yeah. Hi guys, and thank you, Nishad. So how many of you are excited for the hackathon? Can you guys write in the chat? What are you guys expecting? All right, cool. Just one message. But anyways, so here, I mean, it was a nice intro. Thank you. So basically, I'm here to basically give you a bit of context of basically how hackathons work, and basically like tell you like what we usually do and how does like hackathons usually differ from what we uh usually do. Yeah. Now I see a lot of excitement over there. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, great. So let me basically start with like my own intro a bit. Okay. So I mean I started my BTech in 2013, and basically in 2015, I mean 14, 15. So I started writing code once again, like in the web development. Earlier I was writing code in my 11th, 12th. Okay, that was basic C, C++. So yeah, but I mean every day, I mean I used to write a lot of code for my own sake. Okay, I used to love writing code, so that's why basically I used to write code. So yeah, I mean every this and then. So it was like I used to write code till like late night, and that's okay, right? I think how many of you, I mean, stay up late night? Can you guys basically okay, maybe like you guys can I think respond also like with React. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think most of you like to work in the night. All right. Uh, Great. So yeah, that usually happens. Okay, like we usually write a lot of code and basically we work alone in the night. Uh, how does basically hackathon kind of okay, mainly 3 a.m. Okay, so how does hackathon differ from like your usual usual work is that you have like a couple of team members, right? So in your case, I think it is going to be 6 or 7, probably, or it could be like 4, 5. So in my first hackathon, so we were 3 people, and we were building something like how many of you heard the name BlaBlaCar or rideshare app? Have you heard of it? It is like very popular near like Delhi NCR region. So I mean, I didn't build it, but we were building something very similar to that. Like we were building that only. Okay, so if we would have launched that thing, so I mean, who knows? Like it could have become like a good thing. But yeah, anyways, like so, uh, yeah, blah blah cars. So it's like ride sharing app. Okay, so that's something that we were building, and I was in my third year. Okay, and two of my other friends, I mean, they were obviously my batchmates. So we participated, and so like the first thing that you have to do is obviously like select one basically problem statement that you want to solve. Okay, pick the one that you like the most and that you think you will be able to like complete within like the given time frame. And by the way, like this 2 or 3 days, how long is it? I think it is nearly 48 hours, right? So Sunday afternoon it ends. Yeah, cool. So yeah, I mean, if you think about it, so I mean, you have to stay up for 2 nights, and this is like like the speed at which you can build is like very different. So like hackathons are like very different because the kind of energy that it gives, that is like very different. It is not like your usual day-to-day work. So I remember like in Masai, so I mean, I think Abdul like Abdul mentioned that so last year, that was actually last to last year, I think, uh, when basically the hackathon was happening, and I also participated. And so I think we were a team of how many? 6 people, I believe. And so yeah, I mean, so when it starts, so it is a bit slow, like you're planning on like how this thing should be done. Okay, so this is like how it goes. Okay, so first you will select a problem. Okay, cool, this is something that we're going to build. Okay, some people they choose a lot of features that, okay, we want to build like 1,000 features. Some people they focus on like one feature and they want to make it good. Okay, but at the end, like you have to see like what is like you have to make something that is usable. I think that's the most important thing. And who knows, like out of this, like maybe you guys can build your own company. Okay, so if you make something amazing, you may basically pursue that for like your full time. Okay, so that can also happen actually. I mean, I have seen the kind of problem statements. Have you guys seen the problem statements yet? Okay, respond. No, okay, cool. So I have seen the problem statements. They are like very exciting. And so yeah, I mean, you can build something amazing, really, and I think that is. So I was speaking to Aman, and basically, like he did mention that he wants basically something to come out of this hackathon. Okay, so if you guys can basically do that, so that would like amazing. Okay, so I mean, it's not like if you guys can do it, like whatever you build, so you are going to build something good. Okay, so that I can like assure you that it is going to be like really amazing. And basically how so yeah, I was telling you like how the journey starts, right? So first you plan, and then basically you start executing, and basically you decide who is going to do what. Okay, and if you are let's say 5, 6 people, and I mean not everybody is going to code, because see, collaborating with 6 7 people could become a challenge. So maybe not. Okay, so you have to plan properly. I mean, it's not necessary that everybody should be writing a code. Some of them they could be doing some research work. Okay, so obviously like they could just be planning. Okay, and maybe they are bringing the team together, and basically let's say somebody is going to like merge all of them, or basically somebody is going to collaborate. I mean, to handle all the collaboration between all the members. Okay, so that is also like very important, because in my basically experience with hackathons, so I have seen like a few people they a few teams they struggle, like where the struggle is uh, uh I'm just reading this out, sorry. So where the struggle is that they like don't they do not talk to each other. Okay, so I think you guys have to be available for each other, like throughout like 48 hours. Okay, you should be available, and you should, I mean, probably stay on call or something like that. Okay, that is something that you guys should be doing. Okay, you should be in sync with each other for 48 hours. Okay, you guys can sleep. Okay, that's okay. I think you will be needing some rest. So I mean, 4 or 5 hours of sleep, I mean, if that's enough. If you want to sleep more, that's okay, I think. But yeah, I mean, you will need some sleep, probably. Otherwise, I think so. Is everybody at home, or are you guys like in one single place? Probably not, right? You are at home, right? Yeah. So, I mean, your parents will not let you stay awake for a long time, I guess. So that happens. Your mom and dad, they will come and say कि भाई क्या कर रहे हो इतने रात में, है ना? So that will happen. But anyways, like you have to tell them कि भाई ये हो रहा है. And anyways, like you have to uh, so yeah, I mean, let me get back. So like yeah, so first you decide a problem statement, then you brainstorm exactly what you want to build. And okay, and do not focus on like you should focus on the core thing that you are trying to build. Okay, do not focus on, let's say, auth. Like everybody has built auth. So you shouldn't be like focusing on auth part that, okay, hey, we are building auth that you can come and you can sign in. I have seen people who do that actually. Then in the presentation, you don't have to, it is not, uh, what do we call it? So, I mean, your week where basically you guys build a project. So it's not the project week, it's different. Okay, you should try to build something that is usable. Okay, even if your auth is weak, that's okay. If you have to type like one password and it says okay, done, that's okay. Okay, so you have to basically cut down all the, I mean, you have to think like which part do I need to focus. Okay, so the core of the app needs to be focused upon, or basically like whatever you are doing, so the core of it needs to be focused, and do not focus on like rest of the things. Okay, and I mean, so I was telling like what we did. So now I just want to show you like how I looked after my 2-day hackathon. So I have a Facebook, I mean, picture from 2015. So I participated in hackathon in 2015. Uh, you guys want to say it? Okay. I mean, you have to tell me like which one is me. Okay, I'm going to share my. Probably you may not recognize me. I mean, you don't recognize me anyway, but now you look at me and yeah. So this is me. So we were basically the hackathon winners. Okay, we were up basically 2 nights, and basically eventually like we won. Okay, this was basically the ride sharing app that we were building. Okay, and it was really fun. It was I mean, very fun. Okay, I don't have the exact adjective to basically say कि मतलब कितना fun था, but it was amazing. Like the kind of energy that is there. Okay, like when everybody is basically building something amazing. Okay, and do not get basically distracted by other folks that uh, वो लोग क्या build कर रहे हैं, उसने उसने हमसे ज़्यादा अच्छा build कर रहे हैं. Okay, and there is one more picture I will show you from Masai. So we were the winners in Masai Hackathon. So here is a picture of us. Nurpul is giving us the prize money. Okay, so that's us from 1.5 year back, I think. So, and it was like really exciting. And you can see like even after 2 nights, I mean, 2 sleepless nights, so we are fresh, right? So this is Nitansh, Saurabh, Aditya, and Chetan. Some of you may recognize a few people, but yeah. So that was the team, and it was like really good. It was a really like great experience. So I mean, these people, so they like everybody had like kind of a different uh, background. So I mean, me and Nitansh, we were writing the UI and the backend basically. Chetan was basically like doing some research. So this was in 2023. So I mean, the Chat GPT came, right? So we had to build something with Chat GPT, obviously. So so back then, like obviously, like so this was when was it? It was I think May of 2023. So कितने महीने हुए थे? 5 महीने हुए थे ChatGPT को आए हुए. So it was only 5 months. So we were playing with the prompts, and sort of and I feel like they were also basically playing with the prompts. Sora was trying to basically fine tune a model for a better response. And this is the basically so this was the time when we basically built all the AI features for LMS basically. They were not integrated into like LMS that day. We built them independently. Okay. But this was the time basically when these like we came up with the, like all the ideas that hey, like if you upload a video, we should be generating like transcripts, we should be generating summaries, we should be giving concepts, and basically we even built I mean this feature where basically you get suggestions inside your code and everything. Okay, so this was kind of the idea over here, and like at the end of the day, it is all about execution, man. Okay, I mean, so this thing was happening in context of Masai, right? So we had to solve Masai's problems using AI. So yeah, I mean, and I mean, when the problem statement is different, then it is all about execution. So if you can build like for like based on the problem statement that you have taken. That's I mean the only thing that you have to do, right? Once you are fixed on the problem statement, then you don't have to basically think about rest of things. Just focus. Okay, that is the most important thing. You can I mean, I have seen the problems, and obviously they are really interesting. And by the way, like for the this is like for development, but even basically data science and basically data analytics. So those problem state so those problem statements, they are also good. And basically, I mean, it is like data is very important. So I mean, if you talk to the data team over here, so I mean, every day Pratik is asking for like more and more data about like how like it tells you about the user experience, right? So for example, like how are you guys basically like what is your experience? How do we get to know about it? So it comes from the data, right? And for the QA, so I can tell you like a few days back, like how important it is to basically have everything, like all the automations and everything in place. Like this is a script that I wrote, so it tells me like the system is up or not. I mean, it goes there, it opens the website, it then basically signs in, and basically it is telling me like how the system is working. Okay, so this is like kind of thing that is very exciting. And I mean, you are going to obviously like work on a very, I mean, on a different problem, but in a similar scenario, right? So yeah, I mean, these are problem statements, but obviously I can't show you those problem statements right now. But I mean, so do you guys have any questions, by the way, like if you want to ask something specific, so I can answer that. Otherwise, like I think I have few things that I want to tell you. Yeah.
Where can we find the
Sorry.
project, sir? Where can we find the projects?
No,
That
no.
is,
So this is not about project. So I'm not. So that will happen at 12:30. So you will get to know about the projects at 12:30, not right now. All right. So AI interview platform. Yeah, so I mean, like the team has built AI interview platform. Okay, understand things properly so that maybe you can help us if it is not able to do these things. Okay. Who is team leader? I mean, it doesn't matter who is the team leader. Like at the end of the day, I mean, somebody who can manage the team. Okay, so so you will get, I mean, we will be sharing, I think, few problem statements. So you have to solve one of them. So that's how the this hackathon is going to go. But those problem statements, they are like very exciting. Okay. So now coming to basically like, so I will just tell you like a few more things. Okay. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I just told you like, I'll just recap some of them. So first, basically, you decide what you want to build, and basically you take some time on planning and then some time on brainstorming. Like you decide what tools you want to use, like React. Like if you are fixated on like merge stack, that's okay, but still, like if there are like other tools, like other technologies, let's say you want to use some APIs from Google, some APIs from, let's say, AWS, or let's say ChatGPT. So you have to basically first figure them out and try them out on console or something. Okay, do not basically try everything inside your code. Okay, and do not just build a UI, like do not build UI separately and backend separately. Try to basically, I mean, assign work to, like, one person should be doing like the entire integration. Or if it is even a UI and a backend, they should be in sync. Okay, that is like very important. And yeah, I mean, if you are like more than one person, sorry, if you are like not everybody is able to write code at the same time, that's okay. The team leader and some of the other people, they can basically do a lot of testing. So for example, let's say if you have to use ChatGPT, so you can just go and basically try out different prompts. So somebody can basically do prompt engineering or something. If there are some APIs that needs to be used, somebody can go and figure out like how these things should be used, and they can basically eventually come to one person who is writing the code and tell them like how exactly it should be done. Okay, and yeah, and basically a few things. So do use GitHub Copilot. I think it is free now. Okay, if you want to build fast, do not use it during your assignments. Obviously, that is not a good idea. All right, and yeah, I think, and one more thing. So don't focus on the reels. Reels will give you some. So there is a contest, but don't focus on the reels. Focus on the hackathon. You are going to learn a lot of things. Okay, and yeah, I want to see like what you guys are building. And in the meanwhile, so I will also be building something. I will also try to participate in this hackathon. And what I'm going to do is like I'm tired of uh, basically I just wanted to build something like 2 days back, and now basically this hackathon is happening. So I will be building a to-do app. It's a very simple app, but I will be building it for my own use case. Like it should take care of my own basically to-do list. Okay, like in a manner that I use. Okay, so that is something that I'm going to build in basically next 1 or 2 days. But obviously, I want to see what you guys are building. I hope you guys are excited for it. I am definitely very excited for this thing. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Over to you. I mean, whoever is the host. You're on mute, Masai host.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Amit. I don't feel we'd have got someone else better than you guys. Isn't it like amazing shares from Amit? All of you. That's beautiful insights and all the experiences is brings. Like he shared everything with all of you. And one more thing, again, as he mentioned, don't focus on reels. Okay, so that's not even the secondary one. उससे भी पीछे, right? And all of you are ready. And with all the words of Amit, we have launched this hackathon X to 10x. And cool. So, one more thing, guys. Have you ever got a chance to put yourself on D&D mode? Have you ever got a chance to put yourself on D&D mode? कभी एग्जाम देने जाते हो तो व्हाट्सएप में D&D मोड डाल के जाते हो, राइट? एग्जाम जा रहा हूँ, कॉल मत करना. Put a similar story here. Okay. Thank you so much, Amit. Yes. You can drop it. Cool. So put a similar, story on your WhatsApp. Tell your father, tell your mother, tell your family members not to disturb you. But one thing is required. बस उन लोगों से ना ask them to supply the drinks like चाय, कॉफी, राइट? वो सारी चीजें चाहिए. आपके कोड एंड लैपटॉप के सामने ही बैठना है. You all have to sit throughout this 48 hours, but ask them for the supplies, and so that you'll keep yourself recharging and everything will be on the way. Cool. So with all these words, let me invite Alvin and Ritesh from our team to roll out the problem statements. Alvin and Ritesh.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm audible.
Yes, Alvin, you're audible.
Okay, all right. So guys, we have made the problem statement live on the website. So you guys can check out the problem statements on the website live. Okay. So you guys can check out each individual problem statement for your track. So software development, software testing, and data analytics, all the problem statements are there. So the next 1 hour will be like, okay, I'll share my screen just quickly and I'll give you a walkthrough.
Invitation.
All right, guys, is my screen visible? Could you guys please confirm quickly?
Invitation has been revoked. अच्छा, ये आरके से बात करना.
Is my browser visible? Yes, right? So the browser is visible, right? Cool. So the problem statements are live here, so you can click on it. It will lead you to a Notion doc. So you can select which, you can go through all of the projects and select which project you want to work on. So for software development, you have 5 projects. You have to pick one out of them. For data analytics, there is only one project. And for software testing, there are two projects which you have to pick one out of. The thing is, those who are not able to join the Slack, there's another link shared in this chat. RK, could you please share it again? Okay, I'll share it again. You can join through that link. Next thing is, for the next few hours, 1 hour till 1:30, you guys have a brainstorming time. You guys have to brainstorm with your team. You have to figure out what you are building. Then you need to like plan around it and build schedule like what like plan like who is going to work on it, right? All of those things, right? Next thing is that if you're facing any difficulty with respect to your teams or something, we are here. Me, Ritesh, for software testing, Shiva is here. For data analytics, Tinker is here. So breakout rooms will be open. Now you guys can like ask your instructional associate or instructors or if you have any doubts specific to the hackathon, but not related to projects. Second thing is few of the submission guidelines. You have to submit your GitHub URL. It has to be the URL which you are going to push your code, right? If you change it at a later point of time, your submissions won't be recorded, right? Second thing is you have to submit the GitHub repository owner ID or user ID also. Basically, whoever is hosting the code of GitHub, that user basically the user ID has to be submitted in the form. Right? Yes, out of 5 projects, you have to choose one. Second thing is your repository should be well structured and it should have a readme files. It should have a like key features and overview of the project. And the setup of the project also should be mentioned. Next thing is you have to record a group presentation video hosted on Google Drive that covers the important functionality and feature. You have to include that link in your review. Any doubts? The IAs are here. You guys can ask to the IAs. They'll clear it out. If you have something related to team or issue related to team, you can ask you can raise a hand. We like if your teammate is not active or something like that, we'll help you out with team. All right, cool. Okay, guys. So that's all from my side. You guys can join the breakout.
Prices.
Link is not open, sir. We're trying, but link is not. Problem
Thank you,
solving.
Alvin. Okay, guys. So what I feel that it was not that much clear. Okay, so the audio was not that much clear. So we can do one thing. Okay, so we'll pause this stream and this meet for 5 minutes. Okay, after 5 to 10 minutes, you have to rejoin. We'll be ready with the breakout rooms, and then we'll provide some dedicated IAs to resolve something. Like if you have any genuine things around your problem statement, they can assist you with that. Okay, cool. So guys, all of you can drop off for now.
Sir, problem statements link was not opened. Actually, they are showing something. The page.
Okay, guys, just give us 10 minutes. Things will be fine. Okay, cool.
No, sir. Now it is.
Brother,
It is
refresh
working.
the page.
Refresh the page.
Refresh the whole page. Then it is clear.
हेलो सर मैं प्रोजेक्ट ही करना है मतलब प्रोजेक्ट